every decade has been warmer than the preceding one over the last 40 years. In other words, the decade 2001-2010 was warmer than the 90s, which in turn were warmer than the 80s, which were warmer than the 70s. Many temperature records were broken in Australia. It was the warmest year on record in Australia. Actually, by far, it was the temperature over 2012 for the whole year was the record. You had some months where the average temperature of Australia exceeded 40 degrees centigrade. You have the details in the book, and you even reach in one place 49.6 degrees centigrade. All the best models were used for this study, and the conclusion is actually very interesting and of concern. The conclusion is that these heat waves, it is not possible to reproduce this heat wave in the models if you don't take into account human influence. In other words, there's a strong probability that this is due to, this is attributable to climate change of anthropogenic origin. Variability of the ocean atmosphere. This winter, meaning December 2013 to February 2014, was the wettest winter ever recorded in more than a quarter of a millennium, in more than 250 years over UK. It's very difficult to distinguish. The impact of Typhoon Haiyan has been much bigger than it would have been 50 years ago or 60 years ago, because in the place where the storm surge happened, the sea level has been rising over the last 60 years by more than 35 centimeters. This is very significant. And as a result, the impact of the typhoon was much more than it would have been 50 years ago.